This
This is what
band,
disco like for people who grew up with disco.
they had disco. We have
We have
LMFAO,
electronic
and
dance. Yo, yo, yo.
hello.
Guess who's back?
You have to guess who it is.
Seriously, guess.
You have to guess, or we don't continue with the episode.
Here's a
We'll
hint.
wait.
Quack, quack. No, no, y'all know what it is.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. We're back.
Welcome
It's been a
back.
minute.
Yes, it has been a minute.
Sorry.
We've been having some personal things going on in our lives. We apologize for being away for so long.
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. I kind of decided that it would be a fun time to go like get a surgery real quick. So like I did that and now I'm good. So we're back.
Yeah, we're sorry she had to have the surgery so
I'm
we couldn't
so
give you
sorry.
episodes.
I'm so sorry. It inconvenienced like the whole like schedule of our everything and it messed us all. I'm so sorry. I promise I won't do that again.
It was like a whole different season, our last episode. I think it was like still winter.
It honestly was. It was like snowing.
It was.
You know,
I remember coming over to record. There was still snow on the ground.
it was like icy and windy. And
Now
now it's like 70 degrees and it's nice out.
it's gorgeous. I had to roll my windows down. I was getting sweaty in the car. Turn my
Yeah.
AC on. I was like, I ain't turning this AC
Yeah.
on in a minute.
Ah, I love the AC in the car. It feels so nice. On a hot summer day. Oh man. I've been so sad because I can't go anywhere and really do anything. And it's been so nice out. It's been like in the 70s. It's been sunny. It's been so nice. And next week I can finally start trying to like get out of the house a little bit. That's gonna rain all week.
Always happens.
I don't mind the rain, but it's like, whoa, like really? You
Uh,
knew. Thanks. All
Well,
the meteorologists out there, I'm coming for you.
well, at least since we're stuck inside,
Feeling a little blue.
I decided to come to the neighborhood.
Mr. Rogers.
It's a beautiful. No, we're not reviewing Mr. Rogers. But no,
Aw.
make sure you share the page on Spotify to let us know if you want a Mr. Rogers review
Share it. Let us know.
because he dropped music.
He did, kinda, yeah.
He had a couple songs on the show. I think they like
He
made it into like a
did.
compilation of an album.
I loved Mr. Rogers.
Comment below if you want a review of the Mr. Rogers
Yeah.
compilation album
We
because
could do like different TV themes and songs and that'd be fun.
we've been saying we were trying to do different things just besides just album reviews. So like yeah, please let us know.
Yeah. It's spring, we got a whole new vibe. Did we already talk about the new thumbnails and stuff?
I don't
Did
think
we
we
talk about
did.
that? Do you guys
I
like
did
it?
share it on our page, so make sure you're following us on Facebook.
Yeah, do you guys use Facebook still? Are you millennials and Gen X's out there?
We are working on getting on other platforms like Instagram and X,
Yeah, maybe TikTok?
TikTok even,
That'd be
yeah.
fun. Yeah, it's gonna be a new series, a new season for us. But we got some new pictures up. We changed it a little bit for the spring. I hope y'all like it. Shout out to Canva for being free. Since everything's fresh and new and it's spring, we decided to throw in a throwback and take a look back on the past.
Yeah, everything is brand new, but we're gonna review something old.
Don't you love it?
All the twisted turds. We're approaching summer, so like there's definitely gonna be a lot of hot albums coming out within the next couple of months. But
Oh yeah.
we thought
Oh,
maybe it'd be a good time to
oh,
was
who was just dropping something like last weekend or something? Who was it? It was somebody. I was like, "Well, I gotta hear this." Who was it? Who was it?
who dropped
I thought somebody dropped something on Friday. Somebody kind of like
was it like an album or a song?
yeah, like an album. It was somebody kind of like scandalous.
Ooh, that dress was
Who's that?
candlelit.
Who was it?
Ah,
I'm so sorry if you hear lawn
oh,
mowing. We're just taking care of our lawn.
well, this probably isn't it because it's not an album; it's a song, and I don't really think she's scandalous. But Lord is back.
Lord's back.
Yeah, she dropped a new song.
Oh, I'm so happy. I used to love listening to her.
What was that? I heard it. It was a pretty good song. I think it's a nice comeback for her.
Mhm.
But I don't think that's who you're talking about.
I heard rumors that she was gonna come back, but no, that wasn't who I was thinking about. There was somebody. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't remember who it is. I didn't think about it until now. What
Have you
kind
heard this probably isn't it either, but the new Morgan Wallen song with Post Malone?
No, I haven't listened to that ad either. I have been in bed.
What have you been doing with this time? I thought you
I know, I used to listen to him for a minute. I gotta listen to that. And
Yeah,
Post
no,
Malone's my boy.
they, recorded it, in the same session that they did, I Had Some Help, but this one's for Morgan's album, which is coming out in a couple weeks, actually.
Ooh, that's soon.
I
I feel
think
like
May
it'd be like
16th.
30 songs.
It legit is. I think it's like 34 or 35 tracks.
Yeesh.
He likes some long albums, so
Yeah, he does. Good for him, though.
get them streams, my boy.
Well, if I think of it, I'll just randomly shout it out in the middle of us talking, so don't worry.
That's when the best ideas come, when you're thinking about other things.
Exactly.
But, yeah, we're here with a classic review of, Mr., Troye Sivan.
Yes. Blue Neighborhood, one of my favorites of all time. It turns 10 years old this year.
We just thought we'd do a 10-year review since, like, it's at his anniversary. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. I don't know, I was just gonna say some gibberish. It's not gonna turn 10 years old until it
Dropped
dropped
late that year, right?
yeah, it dropped n nationally, it dropped, in December of 2015, so
Because I remember I was in my first semester of college. I
wow.
think, like, I remember coming to an end. I was doing finals, and I was listening to his album.
This came like, I was he dropped, like, an EP right before this. It had, like, 4 songs on it, and it was kinda like his prequel into his debut album, which was Blue Neighborhood. 2014 to 2016, I was, like, deep in my Tumblr phase. Yeah, I graduated high school in 2016, so I was, like, like, a sad, lonely teenager. And I came across his EP, and I was like, "Oh, this kid's really good." And I was like, "Oh, wait, isn't Troye Sivan the kid? He's a YouTuber, he does YouTube with, like, Tyler Oakley and Ricky Dillon and
Mhm.
Trevi and all these people." That was around that time. Like, 2014, 2015 was a really big year for, like, YouTube and social media and everything, I feel. This was all, like, because everything's so different now compared to 10 years ago, but I just remember them being really relevant at the time. That's how I found Troye Sivan and got into him was through Tumblr and YouTube, and then I just got hooked ever since, honestly. Like, I don't he's so young, but he's so talented.
He was also a child actor. I don't know if you knew.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He did, and he grew up kind of, like, in fashion too, I think.
Yeah,
So he's like a jack of all trades, kind of.
low key, honestly, but it seems like he stick mostly with music, which, I mean, is awesome because, like, he makes really great music. I got into Troye Sivan more with his second album, Bloom. That's where, like, I really hit for me because I really love that album. But,
Yeah.
I do remember listening to Blue Neighborhood, like I said, when I was in college.
Oh, man. It just takes me back to, like, those summers, like, I feel like summer of 2015 and 2016 were, like, some of the best years of my life, but then, like, nothing was ever the same after, like, 2000, like, 16. Nothing
2016 especially, that summer, that was a really special time.
Yeah, like, Pokemon Go had just come out,
Uh-huh.
and, like, social media was, like, starting to become a little bit more relevant, but it wasn't so overpowering quite yet. Like, everything was just different.
That's also when, like, streaming music really took over.
Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
like, buying music, like, on iTunes and stuff was, like, really starting to fade out, and, like, Spotify and Apple Music, that stuff was, like, getting more popular to
Yeah.
the point where, like, I remember it was around that point, like, Billboard, like, had to change the way they calculate their numbers because, like, there just was so little, like, actual buying of albums.
Yeah.
Everyone was streaming stuff, so you had to count streams more than you did, like, the album sales. Otherwise, like, the church would be looking, like, way off, way different, like, sales would be, like, down in the drains.
Yeah.
They had to completely reevaluate how they did things, so it was a really different time.
Yeah, and I feel like at the same time around that, before the streaming completely took over, when, like, album, like, pre-orders and pre-sales, everything was more of, like, you pre-order it and you sit and you wait for, like, the surprise. There was no, like, finding the album leaked on Twitter or somebody making up things that weren't true, and, like, there was more of a surprise.
It's a lot harder to leak music these days in the streaming era.
Yeah,
Like, at least of music that's, like has, like, official release dates, like, stuff that just gets thrown around in the studio, like, it's kind of, easier to dig that stuff up, but, like, official music coming out, like, it's a little harder to do that in the streaming era
yeah.
than it was, like, when you were buying music through iTunes and stuff.
I kinda missed that element of surprise with stuff. I remember I didn't do this, but I remember on iTunes, back when iTunes was like I don't know if iTunes is still relevant, I haven't used it. I think
I
I
mean, it's still it's still there.
okay. I remember you could pre-order Blue Neighborhood off of there, and if you did, you got a song, like a single,
Mhm.
and then you got, like, a discount for the rest of the album or something like that, which was kinda cool, and I kinda wish stuff like that still happened more often, but I feel like now it's just everybody, like, they hear an album's coming out, they want it, like, immediately. Like, there's no waiting, there's no, like, "Ooh, like, I'm excited, like, it's gonna be good." It gets leaked and it just there's no patience.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a really long tangent, I don't know what happened.
You have anything else you wanted to say about the album before we just start diving in?
So, actually, this album, it's got 4 singles total. It's a nostalgic, like, electro pop, synth pop, and honestly, I kinda feel like this album's, like, ahead of its time, but at the same time, there's no way that it would be released today exactly how it was back then. There's no way.
It was a very, like, specific setting, specific era.
Yeah.
Like you said, like, the sound wasn't quite there when he was starting, but I think at the same time, it's not where it would be now if this album dropped. So, like,
Yeah.
this album just had to exist where it did.
Yeah.
Because
And
even he as an artist has evolved very much so from what I've heard of his more recent stuff.
oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm really bad at catching up, so I haven't heard his recent stuff still. I'm just so stuck in the past sometimes. But, yeah. And also, in 2015, he was, like, 20 years old, and he put this out at 20 years old,
Mhm.
and some of the themes and the messages he puts in here are, like, a 20-year-old experienced all of this, and it's just kinda crazy to think about. And also a little fun fact really quick, Troye Sivan he's a Gemini sun, and he's a Virgo moon, and I'm also a Virgo moon, so I don't know if y'all remember, like, a few episodes back, we kinda talked about a little bit about astrology,
Mhm.
but if you're curious, you should look up your favorite artist's moon sign and then what your moon sign is because usually they are compatible, if not the same. And it's really funny because then you realize a lot of artists you listen to are the same or compatible. But we're both Virgo moons, and I think that's fun.
That's dope.
Oh, and the prequel to Blue Neighborhood, it's called Troy, but the O is an X. It came out in 2014, actually, so not right before it, but yeah.
Gotcha.
That's all I got. That was a lot. It's been like a half hour.
So let's go ahead and dive on in.
Okay.
Track number 1.
Wild.
What you think?
I love this song. Just hearing, like, the first 2 seconds, it just, like, brings me right back into the summer of, like, 2016 summer 2016, this was my song. I think it's a great opening to the album. I think it really sets the tone and the mood for Blue Neighborhood as a whole. It's just kind of being about a young kid, and Wild itself is about being so, like, obsessed and heartbroken, but at the same time, you can't let them, this person, the situation go. And the lyrics are incredible. This kid was only 20 years old.
Yeah.
I can't get over the bridge is my favorite. He has a lot of bridges I think are really good. The verses as a whole are also just really captivating. I like the opening. It's chill. It starts with the snaps and it bleeds into more of this synth vibe. It's just oh, it's so good. It's kind of just about leaving your quote unquote blue neighborhood. I like when he said blue neighborhood in the opening song, which I
Right.
thought was cheesy, but it was still fun. Um
You said the title of the album in the album.
he said the album in the album. But it's just leaving behind all those things that used to be your life. Now you have to, like, let it go, and you have to start all over. I just think it's a great song. I can't get over it.
I thought it was a pretty good song. I do agree that lyrically and message-wise, he seemed very wise beyond his years at such a young age. I don't know, maybe that just comes with, like, the experiences that he had at that young age.
It could be.
Yeah, but no, like, it's definitely represented here. I thought production-wise, it didn't feel quite as flashy for an opening of an album as I thought. I think it's a pretty okay opener to the album. I didn't love it maybe as quite as you did, but, I do like the song. I think it's a pretty good track. I think it's a pretty decent way to start. I think maybe it would have been better maybe, like, somewhere in the middle of the album,
Mm. Okay.
personally, but I do like the echoing effect that on the hook, like, like, when they're saying, like, "wild" in the background, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do really like that, and that really made the hook pop for me a
So
bit more.
fun.
So, overall, I thought it was a pretty okay start.
I like that it's a little more chill of an opening song. I imagine it kind of, like, walks you into the album instead of just being like, "Boom, Arlo so cuddly."
Yeah, my boy's sleeping over there.
He's holding his back feet oh, bless you, he
Nope.
sneezed. He's holding his back feet with his front paws, and he was, like, kind of, like, curled into himself, and it was cute. Now he's awake. It's springtime, he has allergies.
Yeah, my cat been sneezing too.
Yeah.
But, what was your rating of this song?
I gave this a 10 out of 10.
Oh, you starting off strong.
Yeah, I love Wild.
Hmm.
Wild is great. Wild also has, like, a ton of different remixes too, so and one of them's, like, at the tail end of this album, so, like
I do wanna say, 'cause, you said you didn't, like, write anything up for the remix.
I don't think I did, no. I like it, but it's just, like, I like the original, obviously, a little more.
I'll just say, 'cause I did write about the remix. The
Okay.
remix with Alessia Cara,
Yeah.
made me like the song a lot more, I think, because like, I've always been, like, an Alessia Cara fan, like, she's someone, like, I really, like, was
Mhm.
just vibing with when she first came out, and I'm still vibing with. She actually dropped an album earlier this year, which was really good too, so shout out to
Ooh.
Alessia Cara, make sure you go listen to that. But yeah, she has just, like, she makes such an impression on you when she sings. Like, she really
Yeah.
leaves an impression, like, she really has, like, a strong presence on the track, and I think that really shined. Yeah, I really liked her verse, and it was nice that she got a new verse, because sometimes, like, when artists do, like, remixes, they just, like, take a verse from, like, what's already there, and they just sing that. So I appreciate that she, like, wrote an original verse for herself, and, I thought the harmonies on the track were really nice too. So, like, initially, I gave the song a 6, but with the remix, I bumped it up to a 7 because Alessia
Wow.
Cara really helped it to me. So I'll just say 7.
Okay. No, I'm glad he had remixes out so people liked it more, like, different versions of it and stuff. I mean, like, I don't know. I think it's just cool to have all these different things and have other people have all the different versions that they like.
Oh, yeah.
Um, I also forgot I wanna mention, like, the album overall. I remember hearing and reading about how Troy wanted this to have, like, a very youthful vibe to it, and he picked to only specifically work with younger people or people his age at the time, including, like, producers and writers and all these different people that are a part of creating an album,
That's dope.
and I kinda like that because I feel like younger people have a harder time coming up in any industry. So I think it's really cool that he had the option to be like, "No, I want, like, these people."
That's a very bold thing to,
Yeah.
like, demand when you're just coming up
Yeah.
and you're doing your debut album, because typically you just kinda conform to what the studio wants from you, because like, you're just starting up and you don't know how it's gonna go, but, like, it's a very bold thing to do, and I think it worked out.
It definitely worked out. It definitely has that, like, youthful, nostalgic taste to it for sure.
Mhm.
Anyway, I love Wild. I'm so glad there's different versions of it or remixes. Anyway,
But
number
with that, track number 2,
number 2. Wait.
Bite. This is the deluxe edition,
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way, guys. So, like, you're probably thinking, like, "Isn't Fool supposed to be next?"
No. The deluxe version is the only version on Spotify, actually, so
So that's what we're doing. So track number 2 is Bite. What did you think?
wait.
Bite.
It's
That's
Get your
biting.
dog.
Get your freaking dog.
It don't bite.
Yes, it do. Get the
Oh, the song's so sweet. It's just I feel like it's about, like, your first crush and your first little crush and first kisses and stuff, and it's got this youthful little desire to it. You're so young and you don't really know what you want yet, but you're just so in love. It's such an innocent thing, but you don't want to take too much.
Right.
And you don't want someone to just, like, latch onto you and you're like, "Oh, this is, like, a whole thing now." When you're a kid, you don't realize how much love is, and I like the innocent perspective on it. I really like the production on the song too. I like the little, like, water droplet, like, little "do do 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 do."
There was like a little like music box sort of like
Yeah.
kind of vibe to it too, which I really liked in the production.
Yeah, it's so sweet, and his voice is so beautiful on the song too, like, the chorus, like, it just, like, gives me chills, like, I can't get over it.
I know he sounded great on the track, and yeah, like I said, I really like that the effects and the production here a really lot. I like the message of the song as well, just wanting to feel free at that young age. Like trying to open your eyes to different things, experiences. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But like you want to be able to feel free enough to have that experience for yourself, how it goes. So I really like this track. I gave it a. You want to say something else?
No, I was waiting for your rating.
I said 7 out of 10.
I gave it an 8, it's pretty close.
Well, like you have to also remember, I originally gave Wild a 6.
Yeah,
So like for
no.
me, this was like a bit of a bump up.
Yeah, I see that. I love this album so much with my whole heart, but I tried my very best to be fair when I rated these songs. So
Hmm.
I give this an 8 out of 10. I still love it, and I love it as much as I did the first time I listened to it, but I do like some other songs a lot more. So I really would have given the song a 10 out of 10, but I really wanted to be fair.
We gotta play
Oh,
fair.
yeah.
But with that, now we go to track number 3, which some of y'all might
Oh,
think it's track number 2. Fool.
Yeah, number 2 slash 3.
Well, what did you think of Fools?
I love Fools. I'm gonna say this is about every song, I'm so sorry.
Are you good? You love the album,
I love
Story of
this
Love.
album. I love this album. It, like, opens with such a gentle little flashback and a reflection, and the lyrics just build up into that chorus, and it's just like it's like a chef's kiss moment, like, it's just, it's just I can't. In my opinion, though, this entire song is kind of about I know he's kind of saying only fools fall for you. It sounds like he's speaking about a specific person almost, but I think he's really just talking about how it feels when you miss your childhood, and I really think this whole thing is just missing that part of your life, and I think he kind of just personified it into a person in this song, and that's how I took it anyway.
I was kinda seeing, like, it like you said, like, feeling foolish for loving somebody, but at the same time, feel like foolish for letting go. Because like, at the end of the day, you want a relationship, but, sometimes you get into relationships with people and they just don't work. But at the same time, you want to have that, so, like, you foolish if you do, foolish if you don't. Sort of perspective, I thought.
Yeah, I kinda thought of it as, like, only fools fall for you. Everybody wants to grow up until they're grown, and they're like, "Oh, like, this sucks. Like, I wanna be a kid again. Like, I had it so good. This adult life is not for me."
I don't wanna be an adult.
And when you're grown, all you really have are your memories, and it's just like, nostalgic is such a liar sometimes, and the nostalgic theme, that kind of bleeds into the other songs, but
I know, there are
yeah.
definitely themes of that, like, throughout the album.
The song is so beautiful, though, and he was only, like, 19, 20 years old when he wrote this song. Like, are you kidding me? What was I doing when I was 19 years old? I wasn't doing anything like this. This is incredible.
My boy was working.
He really locked in for this one. I gave this not a 10 out of 10, but an
What?
11. I gave
Whoa!
this an 11 out of
You
10.
love this song.
I love The Fools. This is such a great song. This song's so ahead of its time, I think.
I will say a part of me wished production-wise I did like the sounds, and the production at toward the end of the track, but, a part of me did wish that, like, it kinda stayed in that low-key sort of piano ballad kinda vibe it had at the start,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But, I still like the track, it was probably my favorite up to this point. Like, the album
Ooh.
was getting, like, better and better for me as I was going along.
Mhm.
So, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Ooh. Okay.
Track number 4,
Ease,
Ease.
featuring Broods. Broods? Did I say that correctly?
I believe so. Birds.
Broods? Okay.
What you think?
Just wanna make sure I say everybody's name correctly. I like Ease. I feel like the song is about adjusting to changes in your life and just, like, wanting to cling to simpler days of being, like, young, being a kid, and having more joy in your life. Specifically, like, reflecting when you move out on your own for the first time or start being a little more independent. And, like, he talks about moving and things like that, and moving is so emotionally draining, especially I mean, at any age it is, but it's so emotionally draining, especially when it's your first handful of times, like, doing it on your own and not having, like, the support of your parent figures or your
Mhm.
family or whatever you had when you were a child or when you were younger, and you realize it's a lot.
You get so attached to something, and that's, like, the innocence in you, so, like, when you have to
Yeah.
sort of, like, essentially move on, that's where the maturity kinda takes over, and it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah, and you're just wanting to think about the simpler times and kinda wish it never stopped.
I mean, that's what we were talking about just before, like, that younger sort of, like, just feeling young and wanting to have that feeling when you were young of trying to hold on to that feeling, but, like, you grow older and you just naturally have to mature along with it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's very relatable.
Yeah,
I
for
also
sure.
really like the vocals from Broods on the track. I thought, she added something really nice there.
Yeah, I put in my notes, they sound so lovely together.
Yeah.
I feel like Troye Sivan, he can work so well with so many different singers, 'cause there are a few different features on this album. Like, they sound so good together. I don't know, their voices together, it just, like, screams, like, the late 2010s to me. Just their melodies and stuff, like, I can't. It's so good.
No, he picked the right people to collaborate with. Like he knew like would be good matches with his vibe, with his personal voice. It all
Yeah.
really worked. It really shows on this track specifically.
I'm telling you, when Virgo moons lock into something, like, we know exactly what we want, how to get to it, the people we need to get involved, and how to just produce it. Like, when Virgo moons lock in, they've, like, got every single detail in their mind, like, checked off, ready to go. They do not play. I gave this a 9 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I'm getting
Sitting
there though.
sitting at a 7.
It's
7 is good.
yeah, no, 7, that's a good rating.
That's good because the next song I kinda get a little
That's where we're gonna start having problems.
Uh-oh, here we go.
I read the notes like I usually do before we started this, so I think this is where we're gonna start having some issues.
There's no issues.
But track number 5, "The Quiet."
I was not gonna say anything and be like, "Yeah, that's the song."
I mean, it is.
The Quiet.
Just sit here for like 5 minutes and say nothing.
Okay, number 6.
I'm 60. Alright, but what did you think of "The Quiet"?
Oh, this is silent treatment. I remember at the time, I was reading Troye Sivan's little fun facts about the album, and, this song was kind of about having a falling out with someone he was close with and just kinda going through the silent treatment with them and
Mhm,
communication is key. Communication is the biggest strength a person can have. So when you're on the receiving end of the silent treatment, it hurts, especially with somebody you were close with,
mhm,
who you thought you could trust, and it's hard. And I mean, the song is it's so emotional and it's so emotionally charged, but it's just like I don't know what it is. I can't get into it as much as I do with the other songs. I don't know.
I I I really like the message of the song as well. I thought it was a very powerful kind of message. Just, say something to me, like good or bad. Like, just don't leave me up in this like
Yeah.
quiet sort of setting.
Anything hurts less than the quiet.
Yeah, I really love that. I love the lyrics of this song, and I love the production. Like, I do have some notes for the album overall, and just how the production kind of takes over the vocals sometimes. But I really liked it here because, like, it's sort of what's the word? It's kind of ironic, I guess. And when you're saying it's a song called Quiet, but like the music is like very loud and bombastic, and like
Mhm.
it gets even more so that way. Like the deeper you get into the song, like it's just creating your own sound for the sake of just overpowering this quietness you're getting from like this other person. Like, I need something, you got to give me something, which made me like the song even more. It's like I don't know if that was
Mm.
intentional or not, but
I
that
bet it
really helped me to
was.
like the song.
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. That's a really good point. I bet it is intentional.
I think it is, but it really helped me like the song even more. Like, it pushed it up, and like it actually became one of my favorites on the album. But I really like this track. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I gave it a 6. I think it may not be one of my favorites because I kind of grew up, like, receiving the silent treatment at times as a kid, and so as a teenager that's all I knew, so when I was mad at a friend or somebody, that's what I did. So now when I look back, I was like, "Wow, I was such an awful person." Like, I can't believe I did that and thought that was okay, but that's what I grew up with. Not that I'm saying what I did was okay because of whatever, but I think the song makes me reflect sometimes from like, "Ooh, I used to do that, and, that wasn't good."
Mhm. That's not cool.
Like, that is not cool to do to a human. So, that's why I say communication is the biggest strength somebody can have, and I wish sometimes you could learn things sooner in life, but hey, hindsight's 20/20, I guess. So, maybe I don't know. I can't really get into the song personally, but I still like it. But 6 out of 10?
That's not bad.
It's not terrible. That's my lowest rated song.
I think my
Uh-oh.
I think we're about to get into it actually.
Oh, no. Alright, then number 6, I guess.
DKLA. What's it mean, people?
DKLA featuring Decay.
You got it?
I think I wrote it wrong. No, I
Ooh,
didn't. I just don't know how to read my own handwriting.
I
DK?
can't read.
DK, my Maidza? Is it did I write it wrong? Oh, no.
Stand by.
No, 'cause she's so good. TK. That's her first name, TK.
Yeah, TK. You got it. What'd you think of this track?
I like this song a lot. I like that the production is a little more low key with this one. This
Mhm,
is really, like following the quiet, this song is quiet. This song's very quiet. Like, the production-wise, like, the beat is very low key, it's very quiet, and this song overall is very different compared to what we've heard already. We're kinda getting into the deep end a little bit with the song following the quiet, of course, but, I mean, there's a lot of really good lyrics in here, and "Starve my heart of touch and time, what do I do now?" And it goes into the chorus, "I don't keep love around." That's what DKLA is, "Don't keep love around."
yeah.
And another lyric I wrote down is "Distance makes the heart grow fonder." which is kind of, I feel, the theme of the entire song. Kind of a sad song, though. The lyrics are a little repetitive until we get to TK's verse. TK's verse is very fun.
I actually wasn't the biggest fan of this rap verse. You know, I mean, like, it was fun, like, tongue in cheeky type thing, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I wasn't, like, the biggest fan of it, you know, like, I don't really feel like the flow I'm not trying to, get too heavy on it, like, I just wasn't really, like, a big fan of the verse, and, I don't really love this style of production, like, it was really, like, a thing, like, around the time this album came out,
Yeah.
and a lot of people were doing it, and, like, there's, like, this slow, like, sort of, like, mix of, like, pop and R&B, like, it just I've never really been a fan of it. So, like, when I heard
Mhm.
this song, it took me back to that time and, like, just thinking of other songs that put very similar production, and I didn't love it, and I felt like sometimes the vocals were getting a bit overpowered by the production, which I didn't like even which made me not like the
Mm.
song even more. So, I'm not really a fan of this song, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a very different song compared to the rest of the album.
What was your rating of the DKLA?
I gave it a 7.5. I think it's solid. Like, I like the song. It's just a little different.
I gave this a 5 out of 10. That's probably the lowest I'm gonna get, I think.
Yeah.
I don't like to get too heavy on the critiques 'cause, I'm not a music whiz or anything, but this song just wasn't really working for me.
It's a product of its time. It was the 2010s, and,
Yeah, that's true.
it's kinda how I don't know, it was the vibe sometimes.
There are some sounds, like, from the 2010s you go back and listen to and, like, they take you back to your childhood, but at the same time, it's very dated. Like, some of these sounds, like, would not work in today's age, and I think this is one of
I love when bands get aged, though, like, so aged, it's so funny.
them.
Do you ever go back and listen to, like, LMFAO?
Oh, that's exactly what I was thinking, like, that whole, like, dance, like, electro sound,
Yeah.
like, it's fun to listen to. You go back and, like, 'cause I remember listening to this, LMFAO, like, party rock anthem, like, in my childhood.
Yeah.
Like, it really was, like, the middle school, like, anthem, but, like,
Yes.
there's nothing like that these days. It's so dated. You can't they went on hiatus and they never came back, and it makes sense because they probably don't got anything else besides the sound.
That one, like was that even an album? It
No,
was
they
one
dropped an
album?
album.
One album, and then they dipped. They're like, "Okay, the
Sorry for
2010s
party
are
rocking.
mine."
That was the time no, they were, like,
Oh
everywhere, but then, like, it
my
just
yeah.
it faded real fast.
That was such a time to be alive. That was so fun. I heard Party Rock on the radio, like, a month ago,
So
and that's
weird.
what got me thinking yeah, it was weird, and that's what got me thinking about it. I was like, "Man,
Is
this
this is what
band,
disco like for people who grew up with disco?
they had disco, we have
We have
LMFAO,
electronic
and,
dance.
trying to think of somebody else.
Who else from
Ed
this era?
Sheeran, I know he still makes music, but very dated.
Yeah.
Like, screams 2012 to me.
It's very he does have some of those, like,
I hear his voice and I'm like, "Oh,
I
I
still like, his slower ballads that just, like, him and his guitar,
yeah, I do like those,
but,
but
like, the ones that are, like, more fast paced and, like, he's, like, mixing in, like, some singing, rapping with it, like,
yeah.
that's very dated, like, come on, Ed.
Come on, Ed. I've never heard somebody just refer to him as Ed. It's so funny.
Come on, Ed.
Every time I hear his voice I said, earlier, like, "Ugh," but I didn't mean it as, like, "ew." It's just I'm sorry. I can't ever since he put out trying to find it here.
Stand by, we're gonna get back to the album in a second. We're going on a tangent.
Is it just the Plus album?
Yeah, because remember he was doing those, mathematics things
Yeah,
with each album, like,
yeah,
there's
the
plus,
Division.
there's division, there's,
Ever since he put out Plus,
subtract.
like, anything
That's,
else
like, legit his first album.
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Ever since he, like, started making music.
Well, he actually, Number 5 Collaborations Project is his first album
That's like
on
a
Spotify.
mixtape
Yeah,
EP.
you're right. I
It's
don't know, but it's just his great, wonderful artist, wonderful, talented artist, but, like, so dated. Can't. This is not I can't believe that's his first album.
It is.
The 2010s, though, the
I like
2010s,
stuff like A-Team.
he just put something out.
You know, he's got new music.
Ooh.
He's supposed to are you gonna listen to it right now? So, let's pick up with the Ed Sheeran review.
Books that I had hidden away. Nostalgia trying to lead me astray.
We're gonna get demonetized.
If Ed comes for me and demonetizes. We don't make money, we can't be demonetized.
He's like, "Don't play my Saga, you're."
Maybe more so Division. Maybe Division's where
Well, see, I that's the sound I was talking about, I like that sound.
yeah. What even was X?
Multiply.
I'm a mess. This is so
It's
2010s. Get outta here with
no, you
this.
should put on Sing.
No, I should not.
That's the one.
I know.
That's you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, man, Ed Sheeran. I had a moment where I liked Ed Sheeran in college, that was it.
I think
That's
everyone has
it.
that moment where they like Ed Sheeran, but then like,
It's just a phase.
is Ed Sheeran just a phase?
Oh, this poor guy, he
Don't do
worked
Ed
so
like that.
hard.
We sorry, Ed.
Oh,
You
sorry, Ed.
we sorry, Eduardo.
I'm so glad you have a vibe that you can kick it with, but thank you. Thank you. Next.
We're gonna start talking about Ariana Grande now.
No, I love that album.
That was a good album. We
Don't
gotta
feel
get back.
canceled.
Well, no, no, she came back.
Okay,
She's
came back.
she's cool now.
We'll put out like a sub episode. It'll be great.
She's cool now.
She's cool. Okay, we'll talk about that soon because I'm very excited. She's cool again.
Yeah, no, we gotta get back into Troye Sivan. This is a Troye Sivan review, in case
Sorry,
you
Troy.
forgot, y'all.
Sorry. It's been a while since we've done one of these, so
That's facts.
we
Like we
just got
gotta.
a lot to talk about.
It's true.
Uh,
We should. Honestly, we should just do like a whole episode where we're not just talking about a specific album. We're just talking
just
about
really
music in
deep.
general. Like that could have been an episode, just going from
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran to Ariana Grande.
We
Uh,
okay, we just did "Don't Keep Love Around."
yeah, we gotta get into track number 7. We're about halfway through, so
Yeah, we are, it's fine.
we're
Just a
okay.
little intermission, okay? It's our podcast, we can do whatever we want.
Yeah, I said y'all missed this, right? But track number 7, "Talk Me Down."
Oh, man.
What you think of this track?
Oh, man. So good. Just wanting a relationship and wanting the intimacy, but then you're so afraid of getting hurt and having a deep emotional connection with somebody. You're just so scared of being, like, intimate, and it's such an emotional topic to talk about. Just being vulnerable in general is so scary.
Mhm.
So when you're finally doing that with somebody, when you're finally, like, kicking it with somebody and you're like, "Oh, wait, like, we're gonna, like, sleep in the same bed, but, like, that like, when I wake up in the morning, like, I'm gone, like, that's it, like, I'm leaving, goodbye." Like, you're so scared of what comes next, and, oh, it's such a good topic, and also, I wanna say this, I think it's important to recognize that this album came out in 2015, which
Yeah.
was the same year that same-sex marriage was legalized.
Oh, that's true, I didn't
Shout
think
out
about that.
Obama. Thanks for doing that, Obama. I know we don't really talk about the music videos much, and I don't watch a lot of I should watch more music videos, but I don't watch as much as I should.
Music videos, I will say, like, back in the day, they were, like, such a, like, a huge event because they
Oh,
had, like, all
man.
those, like, TV shows that, like, did, like, countdowns and reviews
Yeah.
of the videos. They don't really do that anymore, so, like, I don't feel like the videos they still happen, they're still cool, but there's just not as much of a factor anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, if you watch the music video for this, it shows an LGBT person, and it shows the music video shows kind of like the emotional consequences of coming out. And in 2015, before same-sex marriage was legalized, like, that was like, "No, okay." In most places, that was like a no-no to not want to authentically be yourself and show yourself in public like that and
That's
not
true.
care what people think. So, at the time, this was a powerful music video, and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
it still is a powerful song to this day, but back then, it was like, ooh, because Troy this was also around the time where a lot of YouTubers that were popular were, like, coming out as gay, like Tyler Oakley, Troye
Mhm.
Sivan, quite a few people. Dan and Phil were really popular at the time, but they didn't come out till way, way, way later, but, like, a lot of people kind of, like, had the feeling, they had their gaydars out and, they had that community where they could, like, have, like, their, like, almost, like, adopted family and have a community that supported them, which was great, and Shane Dawson came out as bisexual. I know he's kind of, like he gets canceled a lot, so, like, I don't know if it's worth bringing him up, but he did also come out, I remember.
I mean, for the moment itself, I think it's okay to bring up.
Yeah, one person did it, and so many other people just started doing it, and it was really cool. So I don't know, this it's the sense of community. But anyway, so this song almost is more of like, a gay person's take on the fear of being emotionally vulnerable with somebody
Mhm.
because it's much more scary than being a straight person, especially at the time before 2015. It was a very big deal. So I think the song's beautiful and it has a great message.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. I think where the song was maybe a bit lacking for me was more on the production side.
Yeah, the production's a little low key on a good chunk of these songs.
I liked when it was a bit more low key though, like, and his voice and the lyrics were shining through. Because I think with a message like this, you really want the lyrics to shine through. So, like, it helped when it was a bit quieter, and it
Mhm.
didn't get, like, crazy too loud, like, this didn't turn to, like, 100% like a crazy, like, pop off, like, dance, like, type song,
Yeah.
but, I do wish it just stayed a little bit quieter to let that message shine a little bit more.
Mm.
But, again, the lyrics are beautiful, it's a very powerful message, and I thought there was a lot of passion in his singing, which I think, really helped even more so.
Yeah.
So, I thought overall it was a good track. The production was just a bit lacking in comparison to everything else. I said 6 out of 10 here.
Oh. I gave it a 9.5.
Okay.
I think it's great. Look at Arlo, he's so cute.
He is knocked out.
He's, like, almost sleeping with his eyes open. Oh, his eyes are open.
Yeah, no,
Are
they
you
are.
sleeping? You chilling?
Me chilling.
He's a good boy.
Track number 8.
Cool.
What you think?
This song's so cute. It's feeling out of place, having a crush on somebody, wanting to impress them, and you're trying to find your place, but at the same time try to fit in
Mhm.
and figure out who you are, but also where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to be doing, what feels right, and you're just trying to be cool. The song's I think it's very catchy. It's a little more upbeat than what we've, like, heard in the past few songs, so it's a kind of like a nice little
No, see, I like that
fresh
here.
breath of air.
Yeah.
Can't it's been too long, I can't talk.
You're good. I like that about the song, and I
Yeah.
like the sort of, like, xylophone
Yeah.
sound effects in
Doo
this
doo
track.
doo doo.
Yeah,
It's so fun. I love it.
I liked it.
My favorite lyric is, "I'm a spark and you're a boom." I love that. I love the chorus. It's so good. It's a nice fresh breath breath of fresh air. Holy crap.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a cool breeze of air. Haha. Cool. I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. We're, like, almost, like, the same right there.
Almost samesies.
Track number 9, Heaven.
I messed up and I wrote this one as, number wait, wait a minute, number 9, Heaven.
Yeah.
I messed up, and when I was listening to this album most recently, I had it on shuffle, so I had the wrong song pop up, so then I wrote it, and I got confused.
Yeah, see, that's what I got confused too, like, when I read your notes, I'm like, "Did I listen to the wrong, like, thing? Am I out of order?"
For I was like, "Wait, actually, if I wasn't listening to the deluxe, I think I would be right anyway," but then I was like, "No, we're doing the deluxe version, so I have to switch them." Anyway, number 9, Heaven, featuring Betty Who.
Betty Who.
Betty Who? You've been where? Fun fact, this is the longest song on the album. It's
That's true.
it's 4 minutes and 20 seconds. I remember hearing slash reading, different things about the album when it came out at the time, like, on
Mhm.
Tumblr and stuff, and I remember learning that this is Troy's, like, coming out song. He's talking about, like, if I, like, change myself, if I do this, if I do that, will I get into heaven? But I don't think he is literally talking about heaven. I think he's more so talking about gaining acceptance of people around him and
Yeah.
his family and his friends and stuff. And he realizes towards the end of the song, he's like, well, I don't want to change any part of me, so maybe I don't want heaven. And it's a beautiful realization where he's like, I'm not gonna change who I am. I'm just gonna be like myself. Like, I'm gay. I can't change that. That's just who I am. So you guys have to figure it out. I don't think I wanna No.
It's about trying to be comfortable in your own skin.
Did you see what he just
I
did?
do.
Oh, he just dragged his butt across the floor.
Hello.
Arlo.
You doing that's TV cat stuff.
Ah, his checkup is due. I gotta take him to the vet. I'm gonna be telling him he itches his butt.
Scooted.
He's scooting his butt. Nasty. But yeah, just not changing any part of you, and maybe I don't want your acceptance.
Yeah. And, I think, his vocals on the track I think these are his, like, strongest, most passionate vocals on the whole album. You can tell that this was a really important track to him, and I
Oh,
think it
yeah.
really shows. Like, I felt the emotion really here a lot. And Betty Wu, her vocals on the track were great as well. Like, she really cut through.
Oh, yeah,
They were really great together. This was a really great collaboration.
it was. Betty has the voice of an angel, so to be on Heaven is perfect.
I gave the song an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, I give it a 9.
It was a really powerful song. Number 10,
Uh,
Youth, the big single from this album.
yeah, this was it.
This was like the first song I heard from him, and this was like my essentially my start to Troye Sivan.
Oh, wow, that's such a fun fact.
What did you think of the big song, Youth?
Youth, I like that Youth is on the back half of this album because we opened with Wild, with Fools, and we had that, like, electro pop vibe in the beginning, and then we kinda got into some deeper cuts, and now we're kinda back into it with Youth from the beginning, and it still has that same theme of, like, being young and making mistakes, wanting to escape reality, feeling lost, and it's very I will say it's very whimsical. I love the lyrics in Youth, I think it's whimsical, I think it's youthful. I will say he does a very good job of keeping those vibes throughout the entire album with each song.
Yeah, I agree with that. It makes sense that this was a single because it's arguably like the most catchy song on the album,
It really is.
which
Yeah.
has even more of like that youthful sort of vibe. I love the hook. It's very catchy. I love the production. It's very fun. It's very party wise. I liked it. Very good single. Very good song.
Perfect for a 2016 summer party.
Yeah,
Oh, man. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. We're getting there.
Almost done.
Almost
Number
done.
11,
Lost Boy.
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan.
Like there are legit like Peter Pan references on the song, which I really liked.
Yeah, he's just a lost boy, not ready to be found.
But there's also like the message of just feeling ready for a mature kind of relationship. You know, because that's essentially what Peter Pan is about. You know, like they want to stay kids forever, but then like you get a taste of what that's like, and you're like, no, I think I'm ready for a bit of a taste of maturity.
Yeah, yeah, like finding yourself and realizing, like,
Now I'm found.
yeah, yeah, it's such a sweet song.
I really liked it. I love the production on this track too.
Yeah, the production was great. It's really fun. I feel like it's kind of about like finding yourself and, while you're young, having the chance to make mistakes and not really know what to do next. But then the other side of this is kind of dealing with the fact that you've received false promises of a relationship or
Hmm.
any relationship, and he kinda talks about that a little bit. "Hello, did you just meow?"
He did.
Aw.
What's up, bro?
He likes feet, be careful.
Hey, get
Like, if you
your
don't have socks on, he will lick your feet. He's a little strange.
cats is weird, man.
"Hi, Arlo, you wanna sit on the pillow?
You a lost boy, Arlo?
Go ahead, Arlo, come sit." He loves Troye Sivan, we listen to it all the time.
Come be found.
The bridge really sells the song to me, though.
It really is a good bridge.
He has some really good bridges, like, I don't know what it is, but, like, give this man a river and some bricks, cause he can build a bridge. Go on, Arlo, come sit.
Kinda.
Oh, there we
There you
go.
go.
Good boy. Did you have anything else?
No, I'm good. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it an 8.5.
Hey,
We're getting there, we're
getting
getting
there.
there. Number 12,
For him.
featuring All Day.
All day, all day.
All Day,
Remember
Day
that song?
Day.
That's good. What'd you think?
I'll start with a fun fact. This song is actually it wasn't originally written for the album or for any album.
Mm,
It wasn't supposed to come out, like, publicly, but I remember hearing, like, an interview, and he was talking about how he wrote this specifically for his partner at the time and performed it, and everybody loved it so much that he put it on the album because
oh,
it
wow.
just he wasn't expecting it to receive the feedback that it did,
Yeah.
and I'm so glad it's on the album. It's such a beautiful song, and it's so personal, but at the same time, so many people can relate to and, like, the lyrics are so good. I really love the chorus where he's like, "You don't have to say I love you to say I love you,"
Mhm.
and I just really like the way he writes his verses. I like the way he describes things and forget all the shooting stars and all the silver moons. There's a lyric, "We've been making shades of purple out of red and blue," and I feel like in the 2010s, in the later half, there was this big thing of people talking about colors in
Yeah.
their songs. Like Halsey, Movements had Pink Cloud Summer, Halsey had, I was blue and you were red and what a and da 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 da. I kinda miss the color vibe that we had in all of our songs, but as you know, red and blue make purple, so together they created something beautiful, which is what a relationship should be, and
Yeah.
that I really like the way he described it. His lyricism is very nice and very intentional.
No, he really shines on the lyrics.
Mhm.
I thought the production was fun, you know, like, the bouncy sort of beat was nice.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was a bit overpowering with the vocals, which was kind of a recurring problem for me throughout the album, but, it wasn't too big of a deal, and but I didn't really like the rap verse. I don't really like that style of, like, sort of flow, it just feels kinda lazy to me, like, a couple of other rappers do that, but it's just like,
Yeah.
are we gonna rap or not, man?"
It's not my favorite, I just kind of gloss over it at this point because 'cause I'm like, the rest of the song is just so good.
I mean, it's a very in and out sort of verse, so, like, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal for the song, it's just I've just never been a fan of that flow.
Yeah, it's a little like you're kinda dragging your voice a little bit, and it's
Mhm.
just kind of but at least it kinda flows through pretty quickly. By the time I'm like, "Okay, let's wrap this up," like, it's over. I gave this a 10 out of 10 still, regardless of the verse.
I gave it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
Sorry,
No,
everybody.
that's fine. This is one of my favorite songs on the album, so I'm just biased.
Number 13 then,
Suburbia.
Suburbia.
Man, this one really takes me back to 2016 because this song itself is very dated. Like, there's a reference to the group Oh Wonder.
Mhm.
Did you ever listen to Oh
I
Wonder?
did, yes.
Oh, they are so 2010s. They are so good. I listened to them a lot, like, when I was in high school. He's reflecting on his past and living in suburbia and stuff like that. When I hear the song, it makes me reflect back when like, the summers that I spent living in suburbia, and in the summers, like, I would stay with different family members for a while, and I kinda bounced around and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of suburbs, and it was a lot of just, like, small towns, and it was just nice. This song makes me reflect back on suburbia as well, which is a little funny.
I mean, it's
It
a nice ode to where he's from, you know, like and reaching that level of fame, you know, I feel like a lot of artists are probably just wondering, you know, how different does my hometown feel, you know, when I
mm,
return home to it all.
yeah.
And you kinda go home and, like, there's not much different, like, everything's the same, but you yourself are different.
Yeah, that's very true, and because you're so different, you feel like everything else is so, like, outdated or almost like, "Oh my gosh, this is still the same?
Yeah.
Like, all these restaurants are still here, these my neighbors are still living here doing the same thing every day, like, this is crazy." Like, I feel like I've become a whole different person, and everybody's like, "It's like time stood still." Like, it's like the Twilight Zone here.
The Twilight Zone.
I really like the lyric in this song, "Swallow nostalgia, chase it with lime," because nostalgia hurts to think about. You gotta chase it with a little something.
I
I
gave
love limes.
What was your rating of the song?
I gave this a 9.5.
I gave it a 7 out of 10.
Oh, that's good. I feel like it
Too good?
well, I don't know. I try my best to be fair, but maybe I was still a little biased with my ratings.
I was just making a reference
Oh,
because
yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
Number 13.
Number 18.
I almost said 18, I don't know why. My wait, that's 14 then. I
Yeah,
wrote
so
13 on
Burbia
my
was 13.
Etsy.
Track number 14.
Too good.
Too good. What did
Th
you think?
this is another deep dive. I feel like the song has a whole different tone, and it's a little different again. Kinda like "Don't Keep Love Around" is. The song is a little different.
Mhm.
Something or someone just seems too good to be true, and it just all just seems to be working out too well to the point where something feels off, and it feels like you're waiting for it all to just go wrong. I feel like he's kind of talking about a relationship he had when he was around this age, and
Yeah.
I kind of feel like it's a common non-skippable canon event when you're, like, 19, 20 years old to get into some relationship where you're like, "Oh, everything's perfect, and this is all like, my life is so great and everything," and it's just, like, too good to be true, and then you're like, "Oh crap, like, this sucks, haha." Um,
No.
but also the song sounds a little different. I looked up who produced the song,
Mhm.
and it was produced by Slums,
Slums.
which is a hip hop producer, like, he
Oh,
worked with, like, Kanye and stuff.
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's why this song's got a little bit of a different twist to it, but I kinda liked it.
I like the message, you know, but, again, you know, I wish a lot of the songs, they start off, like, very, like, low key, very slow, sort of like almost like piano ballad sort of vibe.
Mhm.
And, like, I kinda wish we gotten, like, at least, like, 1 song on here that kinda just had that vibe straight through. Because every time, like, it kinda just kicked in, but, like, the production, and got very loud, very heavy. And I'm not saying, like, I don't like that vibe, because I really do like the vibe on some of these tracks. It's just I wish we'd gotten, like, maybe, like, 1 or 2 that was more like that. Because like, when they start off and, like, you just hear him and then the lyrics with his vocals, like, it sounds really beautiful, it sounds really good.
Mhm.
But, the production here, I didn't quite love that. Now that you mentioned that, like, it does kinda sound like almost something like Kanye would have produced on one of his earlier albums,
Yeah, like old Kanye.
like, in sort of, like, somewhere in the middle, but I
Yeah.
didn't love the wobbly sort of production, and I really didn't like it when it got too heavy. Like, sometimes it sounded a bit off to me, like, it was kinda weird, like, something wasn't, like, completely clicking right to me here.
It's the song's a little different, so, like, I don't it wasn't my favorite either.
Mhm.
Like, this is probably the one that would skip the most out of the album, and I kinda get what you mean because as much as I love this album, after a while, all the songs kind of, like, blend together because most of them have that same formula.
Yeah.
So if you're really not rocking with the vibe and the themes, you kinda get tired of the pattern. For me, I just kinda liked it so much, I was like, "Yeah, like, I love every song," and it's like, I don't care. But at the same time, it gets a little routine when you listen to it front to back.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I gave it a 5 out of 10. I wasn't
Yeah,
really a big fan here.
I gave it a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, okay, the final track,
Final-ish, number 14.
where you didn't do the
Number
remix.
15. No, I didn't put the remix on here, but the remix of "Wild" is technically the last song on the deluxe.
That's true.
And if you got the Target edition, there is an additional song at the end.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we'll leave it
you.
a secret. If you wanna go listen to it, go listen to it.
Go get it at Target, I'm sure it's there somewhere. Mhm.
Oh, I hope it's still at Target. Wait, no, I have a CD of this because I played it in my car all the time.
Oh,
When
snap.
I had my old car that had my 2006 car that had a CD player in it, and I really wish cars still had CD players. I talk about this all the time. I
Yeah,
wish
that's kinda
cars
crazy.
I have so many CDs, and I can't play them in the car anymore.
And, like, they still make CDs, so, like, where am I supposed to play this?
Yeah, I just kinda have to collect them now, like, that's
Yeah.
kinda lame. But anyway, what are we talking about?
We gotta talk about the last track, "Blue."
Blue, featuring Alex Hope.
I really liked it. Now see, this wasn't 100% what I was asking for throughout the album, but it's, like, I think the closest that you get to, like, a nice, sort of, like, ballad
Yeah, yeah, this is probably as close as you're gonna get to what you want.
on this record.
Yeah, 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 on Blue Neighborhood. It's really beautiful. Alex has a great voice.
Oh, yeah.
Alex did a lot of the production alongside Troy for this album, and I feel like she's not really a feature. I feel like this is collectively an Alex and Troy song because she's on the song. This is a very heavy Alex song.
I was gonna say, I saw this more as, like, a duet than, like, a
Yeah.
Troy featuring Alex, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because she's on this album for a while.
Yeah.
She's really going off. She's great. I love her voice. She's very I mean, singing "I'll Color Me Blue" is beautiful. I love the color theme in the 2010s that we had. Like, what happened to that? Halsey, Movements, Troy, like, get back on it. Like, I
Get
wanna see
back
this
on it.
again. It would be nice. This is a beautiful breakup song, though. Like,
It is.
I love the production. It just sounds so, like, sad and innocent, and it's just I love the production on the song.
I gave this song a 7 out of 10.
I did too.
Oh, look at that.
Wow, we're
Ending the
matching.
review with a exact rating.
I like that.
I like that. Uh, and that's the album, top 3?
Top 3 for me, my number 3 is "Wild," my number 2 is "Fools," my number 1 is "For Him," and I give an honorable mention to "Suburbia."
Okay.
I feel like "Suburbia" fits the mood the most for the album, so I gave it the honorable mention.
For me, my top 3 was Wild, the remix, Heaven, and Lost Boy. Lost Boy, I think, was my favorite.
That's a good top 3. I like that. You really can't go wrong with the top 3 on this album, in my opinion. Like, I think he did such a good job at keeping the theme throughout the entire album, like, song for song, and, like, you could pick apart any song from this album and listen to it solely and be like, "Oh, yeah, this is Blue Neighborhood," like, I get the vibe. And also the art for the album is like, I love it. It's so aged now because you can tell it's from the 2010s,
Yeah.
but it's so pretty. I love the actual Blue Neighborhood in the background. I love the color wheel that's in there with all the blues and the pinks and the purples. It's
Mhm.
so pretty.
I thought this was a pretty solid album overall. I think maybe the sound doesn't quite hold up 10 years later because of how much like this sort of vibe has changed. But I do still think, it works. There's definitely room for improvement. It's kind of hard talking about things for the future because of like he's already dropped like future music. So he's already like shown like the improvement in his sound and his music.
Mhm.
I guess I do wish overall there was like more of like a low key production to let his voice and the lyrics shine through because there's a lot of powerful lyrics here, and I feel like his voice sometimes gets a bit lost when the production gets too loud, too wobbly. But overall, I think it's a strong. It was a pretty solid debut, and I think it definitely led to better things for him. My overall rating for the album, I gave it about 6.5 out of
Okay.
10.
Okay. That's still good. I think this album is so ahead of its time, mostly because of the lyricism. I think Troy has such a beautiful way of writing lyrics and specifically bridges. The bridges always get me in his songs. Even though Blue Neighborhood's a little dated now, while also at the same time being ahead of its time, in my opinion, it was his debut album and he was only like 19, 20 years old. So this
Hmm.
is definitely a piece of work to be proud of even today, I feel. And this has been and is still one of my like top albums of all time. So because of that, I give this like a 9 out of 10. It's a solid. This is one of my favorites. This is one of the only albums that I just don't get tired of when I listen through it
Hmm.
completely.
And that's it.
That's it.
Thank you for walking with us. Thank you for being patient in this bit of an absence.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? It'll be fine.
No, it's all good because we got more things planned. Like we legit like did like a little mini episode
Yeah.
within the episode, and that episode will
We'll have
become
some
like a full
nonsense.
blown episode.
Yeah, we'll have some more nonsense episodes. Those are always fun to do.
They are.
Yeah, and it's just fun to do some throwbacks. I can't believe this album's turning 10 years old already, like, I feel old.
It feels like yesterday. I'm telling you.
No, really, like, just yesterday, I was, like, 16 in my room scrolling Tumblr at 2 in the morning, like, even though I had school the next day, and being like, "Oh, this Troye Sivan kid, like, oh, he seems cool, he seems talented." Like, I can't believe this was 10 years ago. There's so many other albums like that too, it's like, oh, ooh, 15, 10, 5 years ago, like,
Hmm.
that's crazy. But I hope you guys liked it. I hope you let us know,
Yeah, let us know what you guys think.
do you like Blue Neighborhood? Does it make you feel nostalgic? Do you miss summer 2016? Do you think it was an iconic year?
What was an iconic piece of music from you guys from that summer of 2016?
Yeah, what were you listening to in
What we all listen
2016?
to?
What were you listening to? What were your bops? What was your summer playlist like?
Let us know. Maybe we'll review some of those going
Make a
down the line.
Yeah, make
Oh,
us a Spotify playlist.
yeah.
Make us a mixtape and mail it to us.
Tell us what new music you guys are listening to that are coming out because we got to do
Yeah.
some new music too.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
Gotta get back on it.
Falling behind.
We're gonna get there, y'all.
We'll get there.
Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for all the love and support you continue to show this podcast as we continue to grow.
Thank you, thank you.
And we'll be back with you guys soon. But for now,
This
this
has
has
been
been
the Duck
the
Squad.
podcast.